Hi everyone, this is Arcadius and welcome back to Naval. Today we will be reviewing the American battleship Colorado. Now this battleship is actually quite powerful on paper, however she is not really very good in actual game, and we'll get to why that is in a moment. But first off, let's take a look at her stats. So we have 57,200 health with 33% torpedo resistance. We have up to 18 inches of armor, belt armor of about 13 and a half or so, and looks like the main armor on the turret faces, barbettes, and the bridge. We have 4 double 16-inch gun turrets arranged in 2 double in the front and 2 double in the rear. The gun angles are not the best, but 16-inch guns at tier 6.5 is pretty powerful. It's very similar to Nagato, and you do have overmatching capabilities. You will suffer on ships like Gneisenau, which have such long bows that most of the time, even if you can overmatch it, they still just end up ricocheting. But shooting other battleships and any other cruiser at this tier, you just go right through their nose armor. However, your gun range is 17.8 kilometers, and secondaries is 5 kilometers. Secondaries being the small 5 inchers. You can see here, you have about 8 of them per side. So it's actually pretty decent. But still, they don't do very much. Your shell arcs are actually really high for your main guns, and it is nigh impossible to actually hit anything at max range because of your shell velocity and because of your accuracy. And I find it sometimes that even if you do hit a target, it still just bounces off. I really don't like this ship, actually. Max speed of a sluggish 21 knots, as always, but thankfully this is the last slow battleship. And you don't actually even have to play her if you don't want to. If you take a look at the tech tree, you go from New Mexico to North Carolina, and then Colorado's a branch. So you don't have to play Colorado at all if you don't want to. Which, if you didn't like New York and New Mexico, you probably will not like Colorado. So keep that in mind. She does have a fighter. She has 3 fighters she can use. Her AA defense is technically the best on paper, but I actually find ships like Gneisenau actually have pretty decent AA as well. But we'll get to that when we review her. Uh, Armor. Yeah, you can be citadeled really easily, and you just take major chunk damage. If you're not citadeled, anytime I come across a Colorado in game, I just there's just like this motto, I guess you could say, it's always abuse Colorados, and that's because it's just so easy to destroy them. It's borderline just fun to pick on them and destroy them as quickly as possible. At least for me, it is. Alright, so without further ado, let's toss her into the game and see how badly we can do. Alright, and here we have ourselves a game. We actually are with another player, and we're actually up tier by quite a big margin. So this actually may be a very interesting game. Let's see what we have. A Massachusetts tier pits Vanguard, West Virginia, Oyoto, Belfast, New Orleans, New Strashmi, and the Fantasque. Yes, so I'm way out of my league here, but we'll see what we can do. Of course, I have to be in Colorado when I match with someone. I've been playing all day today, and I haven't matched with a single person. And as soon as I do my video, I match with someone. But let's see what we have. We have Deer Pits and a New Orleans and a Nistrashimi. But it looks like we only have a Deer Pits, really. I do have health buffs and speed buffs applied at this time, so keep that in mind. I guess I'll start heading to sea. I might make it there by the end of the game. I'm gonna put up my seaplane to help me with spotting. It might help me, might not, but you never know. Alright, so I'm gonna turn in just like this Tirpitz is, because if I get too far, like I said, you can't hit things from range, and you can't chase anything down because you're so slow. So you have to get kind of close, but if you get close, your armor doesn't hold up very easily. So let's see what we can do from here. You can see your shell arcs, it goes off the screen. And then comes back down, and I totally misjudged the lead. What battleship we have? We have Vanguard and an Ustrashimi. Alright, that looks a little better. Let's see what we can do. Ricochets in one pen with 16-inch guns. Interesting. See if we can get a little bit better damage this time. Nope, not really. So yeah, even if you can hit, it's really kind of disappointing. Now there is another Colorado class coming out. Supposedly, it was kind of talked about on the Naval Creed News Facebook page, and it was West Virginia 44. So that's the updated and modernized version of the Colorado with the dual 5-inch guns, better AA. You're not going to get any better speed or armor. You keep the same main guns. But I would like to see her in the game as a matchmaking tier point 7.0, maybe, since Colorado is already 6.5. I don't think West Virginia 44 is worthy enough to be a tier 8. I would expect her to be at least a 7. But we'll see what happens. The last thing we need is just another regular Colorado, honestly. Alright, so I got a few good hits on this Belfast earlier, but I'm just ricocheting, it looks like now. As you can see, you're not very influential. Now, I am up tiered in this game, so you do have to keep that in mind. But even still, there are chances that in normal games you will be up tiered just like I am. And you are just so ineffective. You're ineffective when you're not up tiered. I can't tell you how many games I've had where I've been chased down and rammed by Gneisenhaus because the other player was just having fun with me. And I was the last ship on my team, and I couldn't do anything because all I was doing was ricocheting off of him. And I don't have the speed to escape him either. Gneisenhaus goes at 32 knots. It's almost double my speed. So I'm trying to get the aim right. I haven't played the ship in a long time because I really just don't like it. But we're getting some solid damage. When the shells do hit and they do penetrate, they do a lot of damage. That much is true and will always be true no matter what tier you're at. As you can see here, I'm just getting massive chunks of damage. Alright, yeah, the Vanguard was kind of angled at that point, so I'm not that surprised. Probably get some ricochets here as well. and just whittle it down. This is a pretty good strategy, is having two of your turrets fire and while the other two are reloading, and then just switching back and forth. Hey, we got a kill. Means you can always have at least 4 16-inch shells away every 12 seconds or so, which does help overall. So you're not just sitting there waiting to shoot back. And there's the game. Alright, so let's see how we did against that Massachusetts. Probably not as good as he did. Actually, we were not that far behind. That's funny. Alright, so let's see how we did. We had 90,000 damage, 2 ships sunk, 49 shell hits, 1 citadel, 1 module destroyed, 1 assisted cap, 2200 base XP. 90,000, actually all the damage was just in armor piercing shells. There was no fires, no HE, and no secondary battery. You just really spend the entire game trying to catch up to all the action and trying to hit targets at long range because your accuracy is trash. That's not to say you're ineffective, however, you'll struggle to be effective 95% of the time. I just really don't like this ship, and anytime I see it, whether it's a bot, it's usually a bot, I just enjoy taking out my frustrations out when I play her, when I am sinking her. Like I said, you may enjoy her if you like the slow and steady gameplay. She does have those big 16-inch guns, and they can definitely do a lot of damage. And her AA is the most powerful on paper for a battleship at this tier. I find she tends to shoot down a lot of aircraft as they are leaving your area after torpedoing or bombing you, but not enough to actually shoot them down before they drop you. So yeah, similar to Mexico, she is very susceptible to high explosive damage as well. So if you just HE spam her, not only will you destroy all her AA and secondaries, but you also get some major damage on her as well. With that, I will wrap up today's video. If you liked the video, make sure you like and subscribe for further content. And join me tomorrow while we begin the fast battleships, thank God. And we will be going over North Carolina. So, again, thank you for watching and take care.